Napoleon Bonaparte's mystical experience inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. Did you know that Napoleon Bonaparte had a mystical experience inside the Great Pyramid of Giza? When a few of his most trusted men asked Napoleon what had happened inside of the pyramid, Napoleon replied, "Even if I told you, you would not believe me." It is said that one night of August in 1799 changed the course of world history as Napoleon Bonaparte was inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, experiencing a secret that would forever alter Napoleon's destiny. If we look back into history, we will find out that on summer of 1798, more than 30,000 French soldiers came to Egypt under the command of General Bonaparte. His official mission was to free the country of the Nile from 3 centuries of Turkish rule and, incidentally, to block the free navigation of the English with their eastern colonies. However, the young Napoleon did something no other person had ever done. He took with him more than 100 scholars from all disciplines to study, write down and copy all they could from the land of the pharaohs. Temples, tombs, mummies, tunnels, lavish treasures and the sacred pyramids opened up, revealing to the world a fascinating history. In fact, it was Napoleon's expedition, which was as military as scientific, when the European continent rediscovered the lost treasures of ancient Egypt and even found a key that allowed the entire world to understand what ancient Egyptians wrote down thousands of years ago. As one of Napoleon's soldiers was digging a trench around the medieval fortress of Richard, he found by chance one of the most important ancient Egyptian artifacts in history, the Rosetta Stone, which helped scholars finally decipher Egyptian hieroglyphics. The Rosetta Stone was written down in 3 versions: hieroglyphic, Demotic and Greek. From the Greek writings, researchers were finally able to find an equivalence in hieroglyphics and establish a sort of code to read ancient Egyptian texts. However, Napoleon's campaign to Egypt also served a spiritual quest to the land that had disturbed the imagination of great characters of history before him. Like many of his contemporaries, the Napoleon was attracted by the Oriental exoticism and had read a very popular work by then, The Journey to Egypt and Syria by Constantin Volney, published in 1787, which told of numerous mysteries of the civilizations of the area. During his campaign, Napoleon traveled to the Holy Land and confront the Turkish army and, incidentally, rest for a night in Nazareth. This trip took place on April 14 of 1799. During the same year, in August, Napoleon returned to Cairo when he decided he would sleep inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. He was accompanied to the king's chamber, which at that time was difficult to access, with small and difficult passages that did not reach even 1.5 meters in height, complicated beyond doubt by the lack of light which a few torches did not solve. The king's chamber is located inside the pyramid and is a rectangular room about 10 meters long and 5 meters wide, formed by granite slabs, walls and smooth ceiling, completely undecorated, and only contains an empty granite sarcophagus without any marks, deposited there during construction pyramid, since it is too large to fit through the passages. The great Napoleon spent around 7 hours inside of the Great Pyramid, and just at dawn he came out of the pyramid pale and frightened. When a few of his most trusted men asked Napoleon what had happened inside of the pyramid, Napoleon replied, "Even if I told you, you would not believe me." It is believed that the night Napoleon spent inside of the Great Pyramid changed his life forever. Even though he returned to France defeated, politically speaking, Napoleon achieved great victories in the following months. He managed to end the government of the French Revolution and initiated the consulate as Napoleon Bonaparte as a leader. Interestingly, according to Peter Tompkins in his classic Secrets of the Great Pyramid, Bonaparte wanted to be left alone in the king's chamber, as Alexander the Great before him. Obsessed throughout his career with other key historical figures, Napoleon tried to emulate the footsteps of Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar, who allegedly had also spent a night in the chamber alone, while searching for the greater purpose.